Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. And I am sitting here trying to figure some stuff out this Monday, June the
24th.
Thank you, because I was not going to get that right at all. Thank you.
I knew I had your back.
Yeah, appreciate it. You always got my back, and I appreciate you for having my back, love.
So very welcome.
What's
up, everybody?
Ty and Cody on Purpose Show here live on WBND Radio. I am doing what I always do about this time, which is, sorry. It's live radio.
I know, so keep going.
And it's unfiltered, so whatever happens, happens. But no, I am doing what I always do about this time, making our video live on Facebook. So Facebook family, I didn't get a chance to usually greet you like I usually do before we actually get started.
Blame Mr. Entertainment.
We're going to blame Mr. Entertainment. But we are live in the studio on WBND Radio. 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio. Yeah, I promise y'all we got another great show for y'all. Don't forget, sharing is caring, so share the video with your family, share the video with your friends, all that good stuff. We got a good topic today, I think.
I think so too.
I think we have Cody and I actually had a little brief heart-to-heart conversation earlier, and it made me say, you know what, we need to have a little heart-to-heart,
like intense heart-to-heart.
No, not intense.
Oh, because mine be intense. When I'm heart-to-heart, that means my heart beating. I'm about to do something.
Yeah, it wasn't like that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it wasn't
called
like,
blood pressure.
We weren't sitting there, arguing or nothing like that.
Okay, listen, I'm just trying to help you out.
No.
All right, we good.
It wasn't to that degree, but it was, it was interesting conversation. And it was really around parenting. So it was around parenting. So because it was around parenting, I say it was, and that's why Cody said it was an intense conversation. But it was
we just talked about that last week,
right? Exactly. So I think we'll have a good show. For those who are tuning in, go ahead and share the video with your family, share the video with your friends. If you are following us on Facebook, that's what you do. Share. Instagram, Twitter, we are reading your comments as well as LinkedIn. It is the Ty and Cody on Purpose Show on all social media aspects. So go ahead and share the video. Tweet and Instagram us. And we're not on Snapchat, though. I think that's the only place we're not Snapchat.
That's because you're not on Snapchat.
That's because, right.
Now, Snapchat is where they snap you.
Where they snap you.
You would have to actually ask Cody because, again, I don't have Snapchat. Cody has Snapchat. I don't.
To me, it's similar to Instagram other than your posts only last for 24 hours. After 24 hours, they automatically delete.
I've heard people say, what's the purpose of having Snapchat when you got Instagram?
Well, we have Snapchat stock, so that's why I have Snapchat. Plus, our kids are on Snapchat.
I didn't know we had Snapchat stock.
So,
I got Facebook because I got Facebook stock, but I didn't know we had
Y'all better invest in Snapchat.
Hey, sometimes you got to go ahead and get it in while you can get it in. Shoot, get it in at the ground level and watch that bad boy grow like that Facebook stock did. Even though Facebook did take a dip at one point in time, it didn't dip far enough that we had any losses. So, it is what it is. But yeah, so we on all aspects of social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then we were just talking about right before we went live doing the new Instagram TV thing because Instagram got a TV little channel thingamajiggy now. I think that's pretty cool, but we'll see how that goes as well. Today we got a show sponsor. Yes.
Nice.
TNC Travel. So don't forget, if you need any travel arrangements, they specialize in cruises and family reunions and trips, but they can help you book your travel. It's the summertime. We all like to travel. Cody and I got a trip coming up in a couple weeks that we're looking forward to go on to.
Yes.
So TNC Travel can hook you up. All you have to do to get in contact with them is email them at travel, and it's actually my name, travel@tyrondior.com. That's actually travel@tyrendior.com. Again, travel, 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 because I can't talk today, at TYRENDIOR.com. And we can hook you up. Yes. And let's get it in. We got our marriage joke of the week. Last week we had some riddles. Last week was Man Cave, right? Yeah. Last week was Man Cave. We got some riddles last week. And this week we actually got a marriage joke called Can You See Me Now? Can you see me now?
I'm interested to hear this one.
All right. Ready? Here we go. A man left for work one Friday afternoon. It was payday. So instead of going home, he stayed out the entire weekend partying with his boys and spending his entire check. When he finally appeared home on Sunday night, he was confronted by his angry wife and was berated for nearly 2 hours, with the tirade benefiting his actions. Befitting his actions. Finally, his wife stopped the nagging and said to him, "How would you like it if you didn't see me for 2 or 3 days?" He replied, "That would be fine with me." Monday went by, he didn't see his wife. Tuesday and Wednesday came with the same results. On Thursday, the swelling went down just enough where he could see her a little out of the corner of his eye. For those who are on Instagram and Facebook, you can probably see Mr. Entertainment's faces if that took a minute for him to go through. Yeah, she punched him in his eye.
Okay.
So how would you like to not see me for 2 or 3 days? And she punched him in his eye.
But they left out a critical component. Why? It just makes it sound like she just hit him for no reason.
That's what I was saying. I ain't think that was funny, dude, because I'm listening. You punch me. Listen, we got a problem.
He didn't come home for the weekend. He got his check. And he went to go hang out with his boys Friday and didn't come home to Sunday. And she was like, "Well, how would you like it if I didn't? You ain't seen me for 2 or 3 days." And so I really thought that she was actually going to get gone and go hang out with her girls. But no, she decided
That's what I would have did.
I used to have an uncle that used to get gone when he get a paycheck. Really? And come back broke. I promise you. I'm sitting here like, how does she keep taking him back? And she know what he be doing.
Spending on liquor?
On women, liquor.
That's what most people, they spend that money on that liquor
and that hard stuff.
Exactly, and then you be trying to figure out where the heck they go.
You got these bills and these kids. You gotta bring your butt home.
I think he forgot.
How you forget that you got a whole family at home?
He did that for years.
And she said she continued to take him back each and every time. Interesting.
Very.
That is very interesting. What's going on, Black? I see you out there. What's going on, Derek?
What up,
I see
Black?
you, Lance. I see you, John. And Miss Dana is also in the building.
Hello, everybody.
Yes. So don't forget, sharing is caring. Share the video with your family. Share the video with your friends. We are live on the air. 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio. Y'all know we like to hear y'all's voice. Give us a call. That was our marriage joke of the week. I see Mr. Entertainment finally got the joke, so we'll move on to our hot topics, our national days. Before I get into our national days, I like to actually wish our neighbors a happy 13th anniversary. I know I'm about to butcher their last name, so maybe you can help me. But Jeff and Lindsay Gryzik.
You're on your own on that one.
No?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. But they're celebrating their 13th
Woo-hoo!
year anniversary, so I had to give them a quick shout out.
Awesome.
Just like we gave a shout out to Team Hersey last week for them celebrating their 10 years anniversary in Punta Cana.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, they even got a round of applause in Punta Cana. I ain't never been to Punta Cana.
Love it.
You ever been to Punta Cana?
No, I have not.
You been to Punta Cana? Punta Cana.
I never heard of it.
That's like saying Punta Cana. Dominican Republic. Yeah.
Okay.
I just like saying Punta Cana.
Now, do you cut their grass by any chance?
Man, here we go again with this.
I
live in a cul-de-sac and they live 3 houses away from me.
I figured you learned your lesson this time.
They live 3 houses away from me.
All right.
No, I'm not cutting their grass. And that was a completely different situation in a completely different house. So no, I mean, if they no, get me wrong. If they asked me to, or if they were without a lawnmower, man, they probably, matter of fact, okay, I ain't gonna lie, because I got a couple of my neighbors actually listening to the show right now. We got the worst grass on the block, so somebody need to come cut our grass. Matter of fact, I'll be cutting it sometime this week.
But you've been doing a really, really good job of nursing it and trying to get it to good health. We inherited, a pretty rough.
I'm trying, and
it's like
I know
inheriting bad hair. You know,
I know Black is getting ready to say. Black getting ready to say, man, just put down some daggone lime. I keep telling you, put down lime. You keep doing everything else but putting down some lime. Guess what I did today, Black? I went and bought some lime. Woo-hoo! So I'm putting some lime down. I'm just waiting for the rain to pass by, and I'm gonna put some lime down, Black. So thank you, Mr. Entertainment. But yes, if it needed be, I got me a riding lawnmower, Mr. Entertainment. I would ride over to my neighbor's house and cut their grass.
Okay, hold on.
Does that make you feel better? Really?
Wait, what was
really
that?
With the sound effects? I don't know if everybody has the sound effects, but I thought the bell was bad. Mr. Entertainment giving a snoring news source.
Because it's like, you know what? You just refuse to cut neighbors' grass, but that's okay though.
I would, but again, I got the worst grass on the block, so I'm pretty sure they were like, we don't want you to cut our grass. We need to cut your grass.
Good stuff.
It is what it is. But I had to give him a shout out because it's the 13th year anniversary. Today is the 25th, right? Yeah, I did say that earlier. 24th?
Yes.
Then why does my thing say the 25th?
Wait, yeah, you're right.
See?
25th.
It's 25th.
Lord, let's not go backwards. I told you we got vacation coming up, but I'm trying to go forward to the vacation, not backwards behind us.
I'm thinking it was yesterday.
No, even though yesterday was a long day, it was a really nice day. Because you treated me to the movies, and I appreciated that.
You're welcome.
We went to go see Jurassic World. That was a pretty good movie for those who haven't seen it. I see of what Cody saw, because most of it she spent in my arms trying not to. She was scared of the dinosaurs was gonna come get her or something. I don't know, but it was a good movie. Yeah.
Very good movie.
Today is actually National Catfish Day. You can take that one of two ways, because you got the fish, the actual catfish. Some people like catfish. I don't like fish at all, so maybe y'all like catfish, maybe you don't. But then you got that show Catfish, where you get catfish, where the people are not who they actually say they are. You ever seen that show on MTV? Catfish? And as a matter of fact, you didn't see the show on MTV? There's a show on MTV called Catfish. I don't know if it still comes on or not. And it's basically with social media. It does still come on? With social media, people, can be who they really are not behind the walls of the internet.
Right.
And so they call it catfishing when you're actually dating or interested in someone, and you actually, let's say I wanted to impress a woman, and I say, hey, I'm 5'4" bald head guy, and I would just take your picture.
I was curious. That's like me, but okay.
I would take your picture as my own, and she would think that I'm you, and then until
she see you.
But she'll never see you. She would never see you. And you can make up a story, and you can say you are some multi-billionaire or whatever, and you have this virtual relationship until you say, hey, I want to meet in person, and you make every excuse in the book as to why you never meet in person.
You know what's funny?
It's being called catfish.
That's been happening before social media came out.
How so? On pagers? You can't do it on the pager.
Right, because we was doing that before the internet. Like, we literally lived the virtual world. Yeah, we did the phone, and we would talk. And you would try to visualize, and you would try to visualize that person, because you couldn't send pictures with the phones back then. So it was like you had to take my word for it.
Yeah, because you used to have the chat line back in the day, and that was another way people. Well, I guess you could catfish people back that way as well. I don't know, I don't get it, but yeah, you can catfish people. So today is National Catfish Day. Take it how you want it, the fish or the actual catfish. This one I found pretty interesting. I don't know if he's actually listening today, but today is National Leon Day.
Come on, Leon.
Today is National Leon Day.
What's the premise?
I don't know.
Say?
It's just like it'd be National Wisconsin Day and National North Carolina Day.
The guy from 5 Heartbeats, he the one, Leon. That's his name.
You know what?
Matter of fact, he don't even have a last name. It's just Leon.
Just Leon, like Prince, like Madonna.
Like he's a good actor.
Like the Pope. Yeah, just Leon. No, wasn't he the one who was married to Cynthia from Real Housewives?
Were they married? I know they have a child.
They have a child together. I think they were married at one point. I think before Peter and Peter ain't together no more either way. But anyway, National Leon Day is today. Tomorrow is National Beautician's Day. I need to see my beautician because my hair needs to be done. Any locticians out there? I need a loctician like ASAP. My loctician started out with like 2 or 3 clients, and now I can't get on her schedule.
Oh wow.
It's like a month and a half.
It's like a month. Yeah, like you have to book that much in advance.
Serious?
Yeah. So I'm about to book Cody to do my hair, because other than that, I need a loctician to do my hair like ASAP. Please and thank you. But see, you have that different grade of hair, so you can kind of get away with that.
Here we go again.
Oh, see, Rochelle's on. Rochelle, tell Leon it's National Leon Day. I see you said yay to Leon. How you doing, Rochelle? Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, you can share this video with your friends and family. You are joined in to the Ty and Cody on Purpose show. 803-692-6370. Our phone lines are open. It is also National Bomb Pop Day on the 28th.
I used to love Bomb Pops.
Yeah, Bomb Pops, it's like the...
When I get on here, I feel slow.
But Bomb Pop used the ice cream truck with the 3 different colors and looked like a
white, and blue.
And it looked like a rocket. And it's ice cream, not ice cream, it's like a popsicle.
Yeah.
Bomb Pop.
I never knew that's what it was called.
And it's like cherry, lemon, and
it had like
blue raspberry.
Like little strips down the side of it.
Yeah. But now I actually got some from the grocery store, and it's actually strawberry and banana, and it's yellow and red. And they still call it Bomb Pop, though. Mm-hmm.
Strawberry and banana.
Pretty good. I eat them every day when I leave the house because it's so hot outside. Yes.
That it is.
What's going on, Crystal? Also, National Handshake Day is on the 28th as well.
Get your sanitizer out.
Get your sanitizer. You right, man. You are right. I'm not even gonna lie about that one. You can't shake everybody's hand.
Especially when I see you coming out the bathroom, I'm like, bruh, I should make you turn back around. Like if you ever use the bathroom with me,
man,
I will put my foot on the door, make you turn around, and wash your hands.
I just say you nasty, and I just keep it moving.
And I'm not talking about the pee. I'm talking about the other one. I'm like,
it don't even matter
unless you had sanitizer in there with you.
I don't care about no sanitizer. Where's the soap and water, dog?
Because you touched the door,
right? Thus somebody else got to. That's why I use napkin.
I never touch the door.
Yeah, I taught our kids. Don't touch the doors.
Mm-hmm. But if you ever see a cook that don't wash their hands, would you report them or you would just leave?
Heck yeah, you got it. Well,
I would report and leave.
Yeah, I would definitely.
You'll go to the manager and say he or she didn't wash their hands and call them out.
Yes.
That's called ratting, though.
No, it ain't. That's called...
Snitches get stitches.
Well, I'll be a snitch then.
I don't know. I don't know if I would snitch, but I definitely would leave.
I know I would
I'd tell Cody.
What
I'd be
about
like,
community?
Yeah, you're right, but I'd definitely tell Cody. I'd be like, baby, he didn't wash his hands. We got to go.
I'd be traumatized, man.
But see,
just like I'll go to a manager, like I did on yesterday. We were at a great restaurant in Columbia. I called the manager over and gave a rave review for our server because he was exceptional, right? I would do the same thing.
But be honest, managers do not fire these employees for doing dumb stuff.
Some don't care, no.
Correct.
They don't.
And they'll be like, "Oh, I'll take care of it." Hey, you know you didn't wash your hands, right?
Right. That'll be the extent of the conversation.
I'll be like, really?
Right there.
I did all that.
Or they'll be like, table number such and such says you ain't wash your hands, and then they keep it moving.
And then
they didn't rat at you, so now they didn't bring your food out. They spitting your food.
No, because we said we would tell and leave.
Okay.
Listen, I
don't know if I would tell. I mean, I'd leave, but I don't know if I would tell.
I'm with Cody.
Right.
Because I've seen people not do it, and I told and I left and just went to another restaurant.
Exactly. Go to another restaurant.
Scenario Boston.
So yeah, National Handshake Day. I wonder, do couples have handshakes? We've seen couples on the Newlywed Game show and what other show were we watching? Hand. No, but like you got the,
he wants a dad handshake.
Yeah, I want to have like something between Cody and I. It's just I know you doing this scenario, but it's just me because she like I don't want to get. I'm like, wow, we should have a special handshake when
Okay, all right, we're gonna create this handshake.
I think it's cute. I think
it's cute too, but I know who I'm dealing with.
What? I ain't gotta be complicated. I'm just saying it should be, couples should have a cute little handshake. It's something that bonds you two that you don't do with nothing that, nobody else.
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
So we're gonna create a handshake.
National
National Handshake Day is on the 28th, and Cody and I are gonna create us a handshake. You heard her say it live on the air. All right, last but not least, we got Social Media Day is on the 30th. Social Media Day.
Yeah, social media. Is that the day where you're supposed to unplug?
That would be great, media? But we know most people
because social media is every day.
It is.
Yeah, but ain't nobody unplugging from social media. Let's be for real. I don't care. People who criticize social media don't unplug from social media. So ain't nobody unplugging from social media. But its special day is on the 30th. And again, people, I don't make up these days. I just report them because, again, this is edutainment, is what I like to call the Ty and Cody on Purpose show here on WBND Radio. We like to educate and entertain you at the same time, and your entertainment session is about over with now. Yes, can't forget, speaking of which, this Friday, which is also, which Friday? The Friday 29th. The 29th? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Friday, you can actually catch Ty and Cody on Take Two TV, which is also on WBNDTV.com. Take Two TV with Tanya Wilson. We actually sat down and did a really great interview with Tanya earlier this week or whatever, and it actually airs this coming Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can actually watch it again on WBNDTV.com or your Fire Stick or Roku or your Apple TV. All you got to do is go to one of those devices, your Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, and download the WBND TV app, and you can watch a lot of good content on WBND TV. WBND TV is actually doing some great things. But again, you can also check them out on WBNDTV.com. Friday at 8 p.m. Take Two TV with Tanya Wilson. You can catch myself and Miss Cody on there. We actually talking about relationships and marriages and
Tanya's great.
All that good stuff. She's actually said she wants to bring us back on in August. She wants to do a part 2 and she said she wants to do something really special with the part 2 though.
Okay.
So we're supposed to get and sit down and talk about some things on what she wants to do with her part 2 of our interview. And I'm looking forward to it. because that was
awesome.
A really good interview.
I had a chance to take it.
Did you notice though, Mr. Entertainment, somebody who said that they were going to be super quiet had a lot to say?
I was really impressed. She really went in.
Right.
She sure did. Very impressive.
It really was. Right, because she always has great insight and great wisdom to come out of her mouth. But she says, I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say.
So says you.
I'm just going to sit like a fly on the wall.
Not just me. I mean, I guarantee you, if we poll our audience right now, they'd be like, we'd rather hear Cody than Ty. Shut Cody, shut Ty and Mr. Entertainment up, and that just be the Cody show. I guarantee y'all. Look all the hearts going across the screen right now.
Yep.
All the hearts going across the screen right now.
I'm having technical difficulties, so I can't see none of that.
Whatever.
I think we need an Esther's Club, like an Esther show.
An Esther show.
For the Esthers.
To match the Boaz show.
There you go. We've been trying to, women have been calling for it forever. Women have been calling for it forever. We got the APLMC Man Cave, the Ty and Cody on Purpose Man Cave show. We need a show for the women.
I'm slowly coming out of my shell. We'll see.
Okay. Well, like I said, you got just select some women, stats. I'm pretty sure I'm calling stats out.
You don't want to put her on there, Cody. No, sir.
I'm calling stats out.
Yes, I would. There would be nothing wrong with that. And fix your face.
We wouldn't stand a chance, dude.
Hey, but this is their platform.
You think we don't get none now? We'll never get none ever.
You know what?
I don't think
wrong
so.
For that.
Whatever. I'm giving because we would have the opportunity, I would hope, to call in and ask our questions to the women and get the woman's point of view. That hopefully that at the end of the day, that they will come back to their husbands and say, you know what, babe, I realized that I need to give you some more.
See, you don't want
that. I need to give you some more.
I need to give you some. Exactly.
Because we got a witness, and I hope she'd be on the next show so she could testify to what we talking about.
Exactly. So I say all those in favor for Cody doing a women's show.
I'm curious.
See,
I'm curious.
We got multiple hands in the room.
The
it's
hearts
not me
is going
and
crazy,
me
so they must want it.
Exactly. A she said show.
She said.
Exactly. Just don't say that 5 times fast. She said show. Exactly.
If y'all up for that, you know what? I would definitely fund that. So yeah, she said show. I sure would.
Exactly.
You're hilarious.
Hey, we serious. We funny, but we serious at the same time. Don't forget, you can also join the APLMC Text Club by texting the letters APLMC. Again, I'll say that a little bit slower. APLMC, which stands for A Purposeful Life Marriage Coaching, to the numbers 33222. Again, that's the A Purposeful Life Marriage Text Club. Texting the letters APLMC to the numbers 33222. Again, that's our way of giving back to you. We do this Monday through Friday. Just sending you a quick text. It's funny because I was actually talking to my mother earlier today, and I always give this testimony or story because she says it quite frequently. And she's like, "You are always in my house. You know what is going on." I'm like, "Mom, I'm in my own house." So half these, texts are about me or about somebody I've talked to or, somebody who shared something with me. Today's message was, make it your mission to make your spouse smile more than they frowned. That was a pretty simple one. Because I think you should be intentional. Our thing is live purposefully, love purposefully. So you should be intentional about making your spouse smile. Just do whatever, speak their love language, do something for them, give them a hug, give them a kiss, pray with them, pray for them, let them know you're thinking about them. Or in the case of most of us men, just give us some. We'd be happy. That makes us smile.
All the time.
Is that the answer for everything?
How many times can we tell you yes?
Almost. It's the answer for 99.9% of everything.
It's one of the best hugs we can get.
Exactly.
You know what? You so wrong for that.
For those who saw Mr. Entertainment, you will get what he just did.
Listen,
he said
hug me
the
all
best hug that you can get.
Gosh.
We had a great Man Cave show last week. And next month, we got the next one on the 21st of July. So, men, we want to see you in the building for Man Cave the 21st of July from 2 to 4 p.m. here at the offices of A Purposeful Life Marriage Coaching. at 7716 Pence Road, Charlotte, North Kakalaki. Suite C. Exactly.
And if you just want to be a guest, you could just come in and sit on the couch.
Exactly. Just come chill with us, fellas. It's our husband's. Husband is the show. The show is actually on the 22nd, but the actual meetup is on the 21st. Yes, and that's here again in the offices of A Purposeful Life Marriage Coaching, and then the show, which is actually on the 22nd, here at WB&D Radio Studios.
Big shout out to Brandon for coming to hang out with us.
Yes,
awesome.
yes. We also had a special guest in the building last week. That was our silent guest, and I was trying to get her.
We can't say that because they're not loud.
I didn't say. I said we were trying to get them in the building for today, but we're gonna try to get them back another day. That's why I didn't say who.
Because some people are like, "Oh, what you mean?"
I'm like,
nope. Exactly.
I wasn't allowed.
Yeah. Well, see what had happened was.
The door was unlocked at that moment.
Exactly.
So what happens between those hours?
Sound slick.
Yeah. Well, hey, it is what it is. Sorry, I didn't. Yeah. So Man Cave, 21st of July. Don't forget, fellas, put it in your calendars. And I say, fellas, put it in your calendars because fellas come and they say, bro, we got to put it on our calendars because if not, our wives will book us to do something, and we got to let her know that we need our time too.
Especially when they know it's Man Cave.
Right. We need our time too. So, ladies, give the fellas an opportunity to come out for a couple hours and enjoy Man Cave with us, fellas. Well, I promise you, we not doing nothing bad.
Yes, ladies, let them go so that you can enjoy your me time.
Yeah, see, double-sided benefit. Double-sided benefit. You enjoy your me time.
You're a troublemaker.
Right. Exactly. I was just going to agree with her, and as she say, keep it moving. Next topic.
When the men are in the cave, the women don't behave.
Exactly.
Oh, yes, we do.
You know what? For a whole 2 hours. Why you back already? It's 4 o'clock already? Yes, it's 4 o'clock already. Dagnabbit. I swear. See, you know what? Exactly.
I propose that next year that the fellas take a trip together for Father's Day.
Sponsored by the wives. Yes, I agree with you, Cody.
That last part.
Sponsored by the wives. I agree with you, Cody. Yes. Even Dana gives the love eyes, and I know Dana that was like 5 minutes ago, but I had to make it count.
We're not taking out of our wallet.
Exactly. Let me get budget. Can I get your credit card so I can pay for your trip? No, funded by the wives.
Yes,
I
concur.
Are you still in agreement?
We'll see about that.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I heard something.
You know what? I'm not fooling with you.
I should have got my birds chirping.
I'm not fooling with you with entertainment. So let's get into our topic for the week, y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all are hilarious. So I call today's show Parenting Done Right. Why? I have no clue. But, as usual, I do actually post stuff out there on social media just to get you all's comments and hear what you all have to say about a lot of stuff that we talk about and we do. For those who actually follow me personally or follow Cody personally on social media, on our actual personal pages, not our actual Ty and Cody on Purpose or our A Purposeful Life marriage coaching pages, you saw that I posted a picture yesterday that Cody had me post of us looking like we were extremely, not say looking like because we were happy, but we were extremely elated that we are now kid free because we are officially kid free for the next 4 or 5 days.
Yes.
Oh, I missed that. That's what's up.
Yeah. So we posted a picture of us looking like, and if we wasn't
like
a selfie, we would have just been shouting for joy because we are kids free.
Now you know what happened if I become kids free? I'm walking around naked and all that.
And that's what I told Cody because Cody was like, "We can take this picture," and I was like, "Babe, the best picture that we can take, the show that we are we're kid free." Is one that we can't post. She's like, what do you mean? I said it will be us butt naked walking around the house, and I was like, or just us in a robe, so that way you can't,
But you know how Sports Center does the body issue? Have y'all seen that?
I saw the new one's coming. New one come out.
Oh yeah, and recently. It's nice. So you guys can do a professional. Like you take your clothes off and you hug and you do this.
Like the boudoir pictures that we talked about the other week.
And all those see is shoulders and.
But we're not posting that picture, Mr. Entertainment. So we did actually post a picture of us smiling, and it was because of the fact that it's summertime, so kids are out of school, and it's the opportunity for you to really take your children and send them with their grandparents or their aunts and uncles or to summer camps and so forth.
Now what are you gonna do?
And it don't matter.
For real?
What you mean? As far as when they're away, or what do you mean by what do we do?
Like while they're gone?
Last night we went to the movies.
Yeah, we went to the movies. We got a couple stuff planned.
We're going to be taking a trip.
Yeah. We got a couple stuff planned throughout the week. Like I said, it don't matter. It's the fact that we can walk around the house and yell. And
we don't have to cook if we don't want to.
Exactly.
So you're free.
Just free.
So this is what old people feel like when their kids are gone.
When they're empty nesters.
Yes.
We got 5 years and counting.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. This is a setup. All right, come on. I'm just listening. I'm trying to fathom it.
But I mentioned that because we get so engulfed in the lives of our children, right? All right, for instance, I had kids early because there was a reason behind my madness.
Right.
Method behind my madness. Cody, on the other hand, I'm saying she didn't have them late, but she believes, and she can speak for herself.
My mother believes I had her too late.
She can speak for herself, but she believes in living your best life early and then having kids later in life. Me, I'm the other way around. I want to have my kids earlier so that way I can be young, I can be jovial, I can spend time with them, I can laugh, I can play, I can roll around, all that stuff. And then when I get older, oh man, it is on and popping. I can travel, I can do this, that, and the third, and do everything that I want to do. And I see where Cody's point comes from, because she's like, make your money and, build up that lifestyle you want to do and do all your traveling and so forth then. And then when you got kids, you're wore out and then you sit there and die.
I do not say you wore out and you sit there and die. In my opinion, you have more substance to be able to provide a child if you wait a little bit longer, provided that you plan it out right.
That's her reasoning.
That's my plan. That's my reasoning.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. People won't do it however you choose to do it. She believes in doing it later. I believe in doing it earlier.
Hence why we don't have any children together.
I think it's funny when I see older people with kids, because I'm sitting there like, is that your grandkid? And it's like, no,
it depends on
this is my son.
You have to clarify that.
And I'll be looking like, grandpa looks good with that little kid running around, and that's his son. I'm like, dude.
Janet Jackson, Brigitte Nelson, and who else? All in their 50s have infants.
Yeah.
So then when your baby's 10, you're like 70. Like,
right.
That don't work well.
Right.
They don't have arthritis. You can't even pick them up.
It's not fair to the kids, because the kids, right, you can't pick them up. They want to run and play.
Your back hurting.
You got all, I can't
rub
do
my
it
back, and I'm like,
my knees are bad. Right.
You stay in good shape.
Yeah, that's easier said than done.
What is that in a perfect world?
Yeah,
there's no
easier
such
said
thing as a
than done.
perfect world.
Listen, the people at 70 nowadays, I'm sorry. I feel bad for our future. I'm sorry. It sounds bad, but I'm sorry. Like, because you got to remember that the food we eat is different now.
Very different.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, I like the idea. It sounds great when you're established, but I'm like Ty. Like, I'm glad I had mine early, but then I got with my wife. She was so hot and sexy. We had 4 more, and it kind of threw me off a little bit. But I'm enjoying these moments.
But you get so, and that's the thing about it. So if you choose to do it the way I do it, you get, most people, it becomes a shock, because kids literally wind up, and I don't want to use this word, but I'm gonna say it. They wind up draining you. They drain you of your time. They drain you of your energy. They drain you of your money. They drain you,
especially when it's unexpected too.
Right, exactly. Because some people, they have oops babies.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. But so I asked a question on social media, as a parent, how do you make time to be a husband and a wife? Because we get so engulfed in our children that especially when they're infants. When they're infants, you have to give them all the love and the attention, and you have to breastfeed them. You got to change them. You got to play dates, and you got to all this stuff that you do that usually, in most cases, whether you're a male or female, in most cases it's a female, but you usually put your spouse on the back burner, and your child winds up becoming your number one in a lot of cases. So you don't got your date nights. You don't, you're not doing things that you used to do, and so on and so forth that, you people do. So I posted out on social media, and people, we still want to hear from you. Our number is still wide open, 803-692-6370. We want to hear from you as well. As a parent, how do you make time to be a husband and wife? And we got a few responses. Mom of 2, I always say mom _2 wife mom of 2 of 1 says date night is critical on a semi-regular basis. A semi-regular basis?
Semi-regular.
Okay. Date night is critical on a semi-regular basis, and checking in with each other throughout the day as well as once the kids are in bed. The babies need to see you modeling a healthy marriage so they have something to strive for when they get older. Art of Peace Wellness says, put your children to bed at 8. Let them start getting ready for bed at 7:30. Then
That's the
at
key.
8:15 to 10:15, you get some quote unquote grown folk time.
I thought my wife was crazy for
that.
putting our kids to bed at 6:30, and people should laugh at us, and it worked.
It does.
It allow us free time. What little bit we had, we enjoyed the moment.
Yeah,
because you
And
have
then more
to,
kids kept coming.
You have to figure something out, because again, you get so involved and so caught up in your children's lives that you usually put your marriage, yet alone your spouse, but you usually put your marriage way up in on the back.
But just like you talked about scheduling play dates and scheduling feedings and all that, you schedule time, one-on-one time with you and your spouse only.
But again, easier said than done.
Because it's draining. When it is scheduled, you're still tired, and it's like almost like unquality.
Right, because and I agree, scheduling is a good thing.
It's good,
I think that's a way to do it. But that's to Mr. Entertainment's point. Most of the time, you put something on your schedule, and then you overlook it. Oh, I can push that to another day. I can push that because I'm tired. Oh, I can push that to another day because this is now taking precedence over X, Y, and Z.
And just like with marriages, parenting, there are seasons in your parenting, right? So yeah, on the front end, it is more of the heavy lifting because they're more dependent upon you. When they begin to get a little bit older, the seasons change.
It does.
And you set, better I wouldn't say better, but you just set different expectations with the child to understand, no, this is mommy and daddy's time now. It's time for you to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, and with that, you also, earlier in the marriage or earlier in the season of having children, instead of mommy taking the feedings, mommy doing the diaper changes, mommy doing the this, that, and the third, or in the cases of where it's only daddy doing the feedings, daddy doing the diaper changes, daddy doing the, taking here and there, why can't you do it together? So that way you still have an opportunity, right? Either balancing it out or do it literally together. So that way you're actually spending time together. It's not a situation where you say, you know what, I'm going to take our daughter or our son to practice or, romp and roll or whatever it is. Why can't you both go together? So that way, while you're actually doing romp and roll, you're actually having and building quality time as a family.
I like that.
Instead of just mommy, daddy, or mommy child or daddy child or, type of situation. Because again, you have to get to that season later on in life where you can actually, like you said, understand and show that, like, our listener said on Instagram, you show that you're building that relationship with the children. You're not with the children, with your spouse, and being that example to the children.
Right.
Sorry,
I agree with
it
that.
took a minute for me to get that out. I need some water. I'm sorry. So yeah, again, we want to hear from you. 803-692 6370 is the number here in the studio. And I brought this up because, again, as I said earlier, Cody and I were having a conversation because of, this is the Ty and Cody on Purpose show. We are Marriage Unfiltered. I let y'all know what goes on in my mind, in my household. And I don't let y'all know everything because y'all too nosy and y'all need to be in my house. But I will tell y'all, we are a blended family, right? And I will say, so we talked about the fact of, being married and you have kids and so forth. Well, being a blended family is a completely different monster in my book.
It's complex.
Complex is not the word. It is complexity times 10. And
or sometimes 100.
And I will say, because y'all know my story, y'all know my situation, this is not my first marriage. This is my last marriage, but this is not my first marriage. And so I actually, this is my second time around in a blended family.
Oh yeah, your first time around wasn't a blended family. I just thought about that.
Yes, this is my second time in a blended family. You thought I would have learned the first time, but no, I like doing stuff the hard way.
You like when we're kids. Why? I do not know.
I ain't fooling with you, Cody.
You made it rough on yourself.
I always wanted a daughter. Don't get me wrong, I love my sons to death because you can do stuff that you can't do with girls, but I always wanted a daughter because I wanted a daddy's girl. Now, I don't.
But you too rough with girls. You want girls to be like a boy.
No,
and
I
she's
don't.
Not yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes,
it's not my fault that she likes. Anyway, this ain't got nothing to do with me right now. Well, it does, but it doesn't. So, while, doing this whole parenting thing, sometimes, I'm not going to lie, y'all, I get frustrated.
Yeah.
I get, I feel like I'm defeated as a parent sometimes. I don't feel like I am doing this parenting thing right.
But what happened to the model, though? Because you have a good model to kind of go by. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm about to throw myself under the bus for a second.
Oh.
Do I really? And I say that because, again, I'm letting you into the conversation Cody and I had earlier.
You know how we say, what would Jesus do?
Honestly,
what would my daddy do?
we okay, and that being Jesus, God, Christ is my model. Yes, you're right. But my earthly family, no, because my parents were divorced when I was about 12 years old. And Cody and I were talking about this earlier. Her parents, and so forth, they didn't have she didn't have that united family at home either. She had she had a blended family at home as well. And I grew up pretty much in a blended family. So no, I didn't have the model of, this is how a blended family should work, or this is how a what do you call it? Biological, family, one family should work either. I didn't. And I told you my what I looked up to was TV. I looked up to the Cosby Show.
Gotcha.
And mind you, the Cosby Show, they got their stuff done in, over with in 30 minutes. But that was who I liked. And no, I wasn't dropping Quaaludes in nobody's, stuff. But
you know what? That has nothing to do with the show. And I'm really disappointed that you said that.
Okay. So moving on. I'm sorry. Y'all about to get me in trouble.
You about to get yourself in trouble.
Oh my.
But okay, so anyway, so that was I feel bad now. But that was, I didn't really have that, that model, as you're saying, in my life. So there are times where I do get defeated. I do feel like I am not doing this parenting thing right, because
you're not alone. I feel the same way.
Do you feel like you're giving your own kids enough attention? Do you feel like you can be a disciplinarian to your bonus child, or do you feel like you're giving your bonus child enough attention, or do you feel like you're being equal across the board? How do your kids feel in comparison to what people observe? Whether it be your parents, whether it being your spouse, whether it being, and so sometimes I get really frustrated and tired of, not say tired, but I really get frustrated and feel like I don't know what I am doing as a parent.
I asked this dad one time that had a blended family. I said, "Are you okay with another man disciplining your child?" And he said it plainly. He said, "You know what? Because I'm not there, I would expect for that man to be a dad. And that is a temporary moment until I have custody. So it's shared custody to a point." And he said, as long as he a man and he walks in a man's shoes and he act accordingly to where a father should act, I have no problem whatsoever from a discipline, even to a conversation standpoint. So it comes with maturity, and then it also comes with an understanding. So when you have those two balances, and then the mother or the father, depending on which side you're looking at, as long as there's an understanding and a mutual agreement, I think whoever's in that home, they should have that capability to be able to run that household the way it should be effectively.
You said something that was very major there. Maturity. A lot of people do not have that level of maturity for one reason or another. And I'll give y'all just a quick little insight into our interview with Tanya Wilson from Take Two TV that will air this Friday on WBNDTV.com. That was one of the things that she said that she struggled with, because she saw a post of mine. She follows me personally on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And she saw that I was giving a shout out, per se, to my ex-wife and her child's father, her first child's father. Because remember, I married into a blended family. So my oldest son, who is 18, is technically not my biological son.
Right.
Some people go, I didn't know that was your son. I thought that was your son. Well, that's because I was in his life ever since he was 1 year old.
Yes.
And so, and I've raised him since, we was 1 year, from then until his mom and I divorced. And even after that, I still continued to be a prominent figure in his life.
And so I consider him my son as well.
Right. So I gave his mom and his dad props for allowing me the ability to play a major role in his life, and being mature enough myself and the two of them to say, you know what, you can discipline my child. You can play that fatherly role or that fatherly figure in my child's life without me having to jump over and say, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You're not his dad, or X, Y, and Z. He calls me dad.
He does.
He calls me dad, and it's interesting. And he calls his father, but or he saw dad and daddy. So yeah, but it's interesting. But yeah, so it's like you said, that level of maturity that you have to have, because everybody doesn't have that level of maturity. And as I was saying just a moment ago, in our part of our interview, that sometimes you have to go back and you look and you say, well, darn, I could have done that better. And you apologize not only to your children because you didn't have that level of maturity to be the proper bonus mom or bonus dad you wanted to be, but then also go back and apologize to their parent to say, you know what, we could have been better co-parents than what we, fortunately our child was able to grow up to be the best child that they are now, but we could have been better co-parents to, make, it easier on us and the child in itself.
Because the whole dynamic is just very complex, especially for the children who didn't ask, one, to be here, and then two, to be put in this situation. So you would hope that the adults in the as part of the family can work together, but a lot of times it doesn't work. It doesn't pan out that way.
Right. And it's difficult. And parenting in itself is hard.
Yeah.
Let alone co-parenting, because you've gotten a divorce and so forth. And there is no manual for it. There is no book for this thing we call marriage. There is no book for, and there are books out there that can help coach and help guide you through, and there are services like a Purposeful Life Marriage Coaching, in which we too can come along and help and guide you through, issues or just times or seasons, as Cody said, through your life as well. But out the gate, there's that shock of, what do I do? How do I get over this hump? How do I push forward?
Yeah, where's the conversation at with the children, especially when they become old enough age to understand what real conversations are like, to pull them in? Because I remember, and again, I talked to so many people, this one teenager said, my parents never asked me. So when you have divorce, when you have getting ready to lose a house or whatever it may be, it's like, what, I have feelings, I have say so. So for them to never have said anything, and then for me to have went through all of this to this day at an older age now, I almost kind of resent them for not including me, because I didn't feel part of the family. So when the divorce happened, I felt like I got divorced.
One of the things that I love about Ty is what he does with the children. And once a quarter, he takes each child individually on a date. And that date is generally wherever the child has chosen, whatever they've chosen to do. But it gives him an opportunity to talk with them and just to see how things are going. Just natural conversation, right? In an environment that's either fun or a place where they're relaxed, so that he can have that heart to heart with them to say, hey, what's going on in your world? And if there is anything that should be of a concern or that you may have a question about, let's talk about it.
Right. And I do that, like she said, to kind of get because again, I'm not perfect, and I'm still growing in my role as a father, and growing in my role as a bonus dad and a husband and so forth. But like you said, it's my opportunity to get there with them. But along those lines of what you said, Mr. Entertainment, is do you feel like you should be having, because this is where some of my complexity or confrontation comes with, do you feel like you should be having these conversations in totality with your children? Because again, they are just kids and they don't always completely understand the complexity. Yes, you should have a conversation. Yes, you should talk to them. Yes, you should. But should you truly deep dive and have them involved in what it is that you're going through, so at that time?
In my honest opinion, it depends upon what the situation is.
Okay. And
if the situation calls for where the child is like, okay, but what you're telling me really doesn't make sense, or I really don't understand, and they're at a mature level, not mature as an adult, but they're at an age where they can understand a little bit deeper,
right,
I think it's okay to have that transparency with your child. I just do, because otherwise, if they don't learn it from us, who are they going to learn it from?
Yeah, you're right. That is that, and I agree. That's why I say I think you should have the conversations, because, like you said, they didn't ask for to either come into this world, if you're in a situation where you're still a complete family, or you've gotten divorced, they didn't ask for that divorce, and they have to know that divorce was not their fault, and that they still have parents that love them wholly, even though they may be completely separate. But I think you also have to be careful not to teeter the line of, now I feel guilty, so I have to become now your best friend as instead of your parent, and thus now, you know, I'm taking you into a completely different role as a child, and now I'm leaning on you, or you're having you lean on me more than I should be than as your parent, because there are situations that I know of where the parent feels like, I don't even want my child to go anywhere, because now my child has become so much of my best friend, or they are mine, and I'm dumping stuff on them that as a child they don't get, they don't understand, you know, or anything like that.
It's a fine line.
Yeah, it's a very fine line, because that was another question I even asked on social media.
And we have to use wisdom when it comes to that.
How important is it for you to be your child's friend?
Yeah.
It's not being a friend, in my opinion. It's being a realist.
Yeah.
Listen, the light's about to get cut off this month, so when it does, do you know? Listen, but on the real though, there's this show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, right? Do you know what they teach these kids in school? They teach them more stuff than you can ever imagine, and they want them to learn it, right? But when you think about the ability for a child to process information, that's why they teach them if Sally had 3 apples, or if mom didn't pay the light bill, and the light bill is $320 and she had $100, will the lights get cut off? You know what I'm saying? But what I'm really saying is these scenarios is setting them up for real life situations. Yeah. So to have these conversations, if you give them the opportunity to pull them in and sit them down, because that's what it's called, family. Right. So when you have a family, there's a link in that family where you got mother, father, child, whatever, and then that link says, hey, family meeting, family time. And I like it. Intentional says, this is what we're going to talk about. My son's 9 now, but when he was 6, he was having real conversations, and to this day he can still remember, because he was built up into that environment of, this is real, my mom and dad own business, they're not, because he used to say, I remember where you guys was not here, and he can say why we wasn't there. It wasn't you neglected me, because if not, that would have been his story.
There you go.
And that's why, to Cody's point, why I have those conversations with our children, not only my biological children, but also my bonus children, and say, hey, I'm not here to take you from your mother. I'm not here to take you from your dad. I'm not here to replace your dad. You have one you have 2 sets of parents, and that is great. And now you have a bonus family to lean on and to love you even more as you are. So I don't want you to feel like, you know, any of the divorce or the separation or whatever the case is that, you know, we're currently going through, you know, or have been through, you know, to cause a major effect, because it's our job as parents to train them up in the way they should go, right? And to teach them how to love, to teach them how to, you know, to become productive citizens and adults, so when they get older.
To build on that though, is very important for listeners that don't bash the other person in front of your children. Because now you're forcing them to pick sides when we can all be a family, to Ty's point. And a lot of times when you do that, you think you're helping that child, you're only making it worse.
You truly are. It's interesting you say that, because I give all credit to my mom for doing just that. Not speaking bad about my father. She never did it in front of me. I never heard her say a bad thing about him. I think her approach was more so, you need to foster, as you begin to foster this relationship with your birth father on your own, you'll begin to see some things and you can make your own decision.
I was about to say, you gonna
and
see
that is exactly what I end up doing. Making my own decision. But yeah, I give every parent
that's good
credit for not speaking badly about, you know, their child's father or mother.
Yeah, because eventually the child will see it for themselves, you know, and you know, it's like I said earlier, co-parenting is a heck of a job. I mean, I just don't know what else to say much more about that.
I think some kids should treat their parents like the IRS. Dad, you owe me money. I don't care how old I get. You gonna pay me in installments.
Good luck.
Listen, I'll find you. Listen.
Good luck getting something out of it. You can't get nothing that you will. Yeah.
That's why it's called a dead beat, because you could beat it, it's still gonna be dead. Listen.
Yeah, I don't know. That's I don't know.
I'm still holding it though. Listen, keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. Wow. But the moral of my story, and the moral of me sharing my story is that, there is no book. There is no.
You're writing it as you go along.
You're writing it as you go along. We're learning, and sometimes I have to tell myself that I can't be so hard on myself because of the things that I am learning as I am going along. Because I can tell you that I know personally what I go through, and I know personally how much effort, and that I know personally that I am doing the darnest best that I can do for what I have and how I have it. So,
and we're open and honest and transparent with the kids too, to say, hey, we're human too, and every decision that we make, it won't be right. So thank you for extending grace to us as well for accepting our wrongs, but we as parents too will come to our children and say, hey, you know what? That decision that we did, it wasn't right this time. However, we're still the parent, and we're going to work through and make it right the next time.
Exactly. You have to be humble enough to be able to, to apologize, even to your children at times.
You do.
I think there's nothing wrong with being able to apologize to your children. But again, I share my story because I know I'm not perfect. I know that there are other people out there who may be going through some of the same frustrations or same feelings or thoughts that that they also have, or that I have, when it comes to parenting and co-parenting and being with your children.
Be open for tips
and not having your kids open, and now all of our kids are in teenage stage, so half the time they don't want to talk to me or talk to us, or it's like, how you doing
early, or they'll block you out.
Right. I mean, even right. They will truly block you out, and it's like trying to beat through a wall, trying to
you have to remember, we did the same. It's no different.
I don't know if I did the same.
Man, please.
I don't know if I did.
You ain't never went in your room and closed the door
all the time. But but if my parents talk to me, I talk back to them. Not talk back at them, but talk back. Some
of our kids talk in one word sentences.
That's true.
And it's respectful. And I'm sitting here like, can I get any more out of you?
No, you can't. No, you can't. How you doing? Hi. How you doing? Fine.
Great.
What you do today? Nothing.
Yeah.
But I think too, we have to state the questions differently too. You can't just give them questions that allows them to give one word answers.
What was the best part of your day? Math.
Listen, it's hard.
Recess.
Come on, turn up blood out of a turnip.
I don't know.
Squeeze.
Right. I don't know. Like, because Cody says ask probing questions.
But you know what I realized though, before we close, is that I realized that our children can't process what they've never experienced.
That's true.
So to get them to have a conversation of because you got to remember, our invisible realities in our head. Mm-hmm. So if I've never, because I can hear you, but if I can't process what you're saying from an invisible standpoint to make dialogue, then that's what happens.
And I think too, I'm a big advocate on introducing your children to speaking with counselors who are professional in the area. That way, if
you can pull something,
exactly,
whether it be an experience or a memory, because they have it, they just don't know how to pull it for you.
Exactly, and that's why I also say it's important that you not forget that your spouse is supposed to be number one, so that way you can again continue to set the example of this is how conversation is had, this is how you're supposed to love, this is how you're supposed to do these things, and you're setting that example so that way when you ask those questions, they see the fact that you and your wife or you and your husband has been able to hold a conversation of, hey, how was your day? My day was great. It was blah 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 blah, in comparison to, oh, my day was fine, it was busy, and that was it. Thus, that if they see that's what you're getting from mom and dad, or mom and dad's having that type of conversation, the children are going to mimic the exact same thing. They're going to be like, my day was fine, or my day was this. And why? Because that's what mom and dad are typically doing. That's so you have to remember, you're setting an example as a parent to your children on just their everyday, day-to-day life, not just within their future marriage, but just how they interact with people overall, in general. So that's my parenting story. Like I said, whether it's good or bad, I don't know.
It's your truth.
It's your truth. Again, I can't say whether that's parenting done right or parenting done wrong. I say so long as you love your children, love your spouse, don't forget, do it as a unified front and not separate, then, you know, you're doing the best that you can do, and you can't beat yourself up for it.
That's right.
Yeah. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in every Monday from 8 to 9 p.m. here on the Ty and Cody on Purpose show on WBNDradio.com, where we do Marriage Unfiltered. Don't forget, tune in to WBND TV this Friday at 8 p.m. for Take Two TV for an interview with Tanya Wilson with Ty and Cody, and we will see you there. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Live purposefully
and love purposefully.
Peace. Thank you. Facebook family, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all know how we do.
Every day.
We tried doing some different stuff on Instagram today and all that other good stuff. We're going to keep working on that and everything else in between. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget, you can share this video with your family, with your friends. You can even go back and watch it on YouTube in a couple days. Just share the video, share the message, because I know I'm not the only person who goes through this stuff. I know Cody's not the only person, Mr. Entertainment, and everyone else out there is not the only person that goes through some of the things that we go through. We love you, we appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Have a purposeful week.
Peace.